We want Wealthy Investor to be the biggest education company in the United States for real estate investors. As far as flipping education, we might already be there.
How many hours of working as a realtor would you say it takes to make six figures?
So as a realtor, you have to focus on like money making activities.
He deployed twice, right?
For combat, yeah.
Iraq and Afghanistan.
Wow.
And on his birthday, his truck got bombed. Yeah.
When you build these wholesale lists, you don't want like the New Westerns, all these other big wholesale companies. You want the like
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Gina,
And Scott.
and we're with the Dream Big Sweet Living podcast, and we're excited to have Brian Davila on.
Nice.
What's up?
Thanks for having me on your podcast. I'm honored.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
No, thank you.
for coming.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell everybody, who the hell is Brian Davila?
Well, I am probably the worst or best real estate investor in the country.
Oh,
so,
snap.
yeah. So, quick bio, born in Puerto Rico, moved to Las Vegas as a child, dropped out of high school, became a teenage father at 19 years old.
Wow.
Worked two jobs for a long time. Became a real estate agent when I was 25 years old. After that, became a real estate investor. Since then, done around 350 transactions. I own a bunch of rentals, Airbnbs, flips, wholesales, all that stuff.
Wow. How many doors do you have?
Right now, I have 34 doors.
Wow. And do you manage all that yourself, or do you?
My assistant manages them. So, yeah.
Okay.
And what were those two jobs in the past?
Well, I had several jobs. So, when I was younger, the only way that I knew how to make more money was to trade more time. So I was like, okay, like if I work 8 hours, could I squeeze another 8 hours somewhere else? So I would work at like Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, the movie theater at the Palms, Sonic across the street from the Palms, the restaurant in the Palms, just random jobs. Nothing special.
You weren't in sales at all
Nope.
before being an agent?
Nope. I was just working at restaurants. Oh, wow. Yeah. I was a bar porter actually too. So what I used to do is clean the bars at the Palms from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then I would sleep in my car or go home and sleep and then come back to Sonic like at 9 a.m. and then work 9 to 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so after those odd end jobs, you ended up becoming a realtor, right?
Yes.
And how long were you a realtor for?
I was a realtor for 2016 through 2019 is like when I gave up my realtor profession.
Nice. Yeah. And so how did you make that switch from realtor to investor?
Yeah. So I was making a lot of money as a realtor. I was making like a few $100,000 a year. Got up to like almost $500,000 a year as a realtor.
Wow.
Yeah. And then but then the same thing, I was trading my time for money. And it's like, okay, if you want to sell more homes as a realtor, then you need to do more open houses. You got to do more cold calling. It was just more work.
Yeah.
So the time for money thing, I was starting to get burnt out. And then I met Ryan. And at the time, Ryan wasn't like big on social media at all. I don't even think I knew him on Instagram. It was just Facebook.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Ryan. I was like, hey, like I want to learn how to flip houses. I heard you're flipping 100 houses a year. Can you teach me? He said no. And I just followed up with him. And then eventually, I think he had like a workshop or something like that. And then I went to the workshop, and that's kind of what like, that was near the beginning of like when I started flipping houses.
Was he like pushing out content? Like, how'd you know that he was flipping 100 houses? It's just word of mouth?
Word of mouth. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. This is before social media.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like at the time I didn't post. He wasn't really posting. Like he'll do like one, maybe a month or something like that. So
Yeah.
like I just heard about him.
Gotcha.
And then I looked him up on Facebook and then reached out to him and started just communicating that way.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting because I don't know if you guys know Zasha.
Yeah.
Zasha, like big time, right? Zasha reached out to me on Instagram before everything. And same thing. I was just
Wow.
like, no, I don't know. Like, you're from Hawaii. That's weird. And yeah, now we're like really good friends and
Nice.
she's blown up. But
Yeah.
yeah, similar stories.
Oh, that's cool.
How many hours of working as a realtor would you say it takes to make six figures? Or how long for you?
For me, it doesn't really matter about the amount of hours. It just depends on like what you're doing with those hours. So a lot of realtors, they go to the office, they kind of sit on the MLS, they kind of look at like marketing plans, they kind of just waste a lot of time doing things that don't make money. So as a realtor, you have to focus on like money making activities, almost like a flipper or wholesaler, where how much time a day are you actually spending looking for deals, right? Because you can go to Home Depot, you could look at floors, you could look at toilets, you could look at all these things and drive around all day, working on miscellaneous work, but that's not actually going to like help you make $100,000. So I think as a realtor, if you want to make $100,000 a year in the beginning, you'll probably need to spend like 4 hours a day just prospecting, looking for leads. And then eventually that starts to go down the better you get and the more referrals you get and all that stuff. Same with like flipping houses. At first, it takes you 100 offers to get a deal. And then soon it'll be 90 and then 80. And then 1 out of 4 eventually like starts turning into deals because you just get better and then you have better relationships. So yeah, your work goes down.
So right now, we're a student in Wealthy Investor, and so we ended up being one of your students.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Like you're our
Yeah.
coach. And so now we're actually doing a deal together with Nick Perrock, which is our business partner. And we call him our BFF or his BFF.
Okay.
Business friend forever. Because we've been doing business with him forever. So we had our care home, sold that. And now we're doing flips and all our real estate stuff. So
Yeah.
so can you tell us a little bit about the process of the condo right now? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
What is your plans for it? And
Yeah.
like what's your step-by-step process
Yeah.
to get it sold?
So we just bought a condo together. So right now there's a tenant in place. I didn't know there was going to be a tenant in place. They were supposed to move out, but we filed the eviction paperwork yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to hear back from the eviction company on like when he served. I don't know the whole process in Vegas, but it's fairly quick. So I think you have like 7 days or so. I don't know if you guys know the eviction process.
A 3-5-7 day eviction process. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that long. So I spoke to him. I asked him like, hey, can you just move out? He was like, oh, can I have till the end of January? I was like, no. We're gonna serve you the eviction the eviction paperwork. Like, let me know.
Yeah.
Because we need you to get out. So as soon as he's out, the crew actually already looked at the house. They got a bid for another investor. And so I already had the bid and the contractor seen the house. So I already knew the amount.
Okay.
Yeah. And the property was actually in escrow with another investor, but they failed to perform. So then we got the price down a little bit, like $7,000 or something like that.
Oh, nice.
And that's it. Once the guy moves out, the crew's gonna go in there and fix it up, and then we're gonna sell it and make bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, okay,
Ready for
so
that.
so the condo, I think we got it for 187, right?
Yeah, like
All
187.
cash. Yeah, we did all cash.
187 or 183.
I think it was 187 all after, but 183 was
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
183. Got it.
Okay. And then so 187-ish. And then so how much is renovations going to cost?
35.
35,000. And then what's the hold time?
Whole time, hopefully as soon as they get in, I think they'll finish in like 30 to 40 days.
Okay.
So let's just say 35 days.
30 days. And then how long do you think it's going to take for like it to like once you
sell?
list it and
Hopefully quick. So
Yeah.
I listed another condo on Capri, and that went in escrow in like 7 days, less than
Wow.
7 days. I got another one on St. George. That went in escrow in like 14 days. I have another
Wow.
one on Garwood. Went in
Nice.
escrow fairly quick. It keeps falling out because there's like an issue with the pool, but everything is selling right now.
Nice.
That's why I'm being a little bit more aggressive with
Okay.
buying because interest rates came down. I don't know if you guys have been seeing
Yeah.
that.
Do you pay attention to all that, like the Fed and
Oh,
what
yeah,
they're
of course.
planning to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It affects our business
Yeah, for sure.
heavily.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right now the interest rates are down. You know, people are saying interest rates are going to stay down, or at least they're going to pause raising them. If they do, that will be a good opportunity for house flippers to buy some properties and make money, especially by the summer. Hopefully.
Yeah.
If things keep going the way they're going,
Yeah.
we just don't want to, you know,
Do you have a lot of active flips going on right now?
like 5. Yeah, 5, and then I'm trying to buy more. So yeah.
Are you're just gonna stay aggressive and keep buying? Or-
Yeah, I'm gonna buy as much as I can right now. I'm actually, so my strategy this year is to flip as much as possible. I'm selling some of my long-term rentals just to have more capital to be able to buy more flips because I'm confident in the market, and I'm just confident not just that it's going to appreciate, but that it's not going to drop like another 10 to 20% like it did in 2022.
Yeah.
So that's my strategy right now. I'm listing some of my fourplexes and
Oh my
getting
gosh.
rid of
Can
some
you
stuff.
like send them my way?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
no,
on the
seriously.
market. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they're on the market right now.
They might be. I got to ask Gladys,
Oh, okay.
but yeah.
Let me try to take it off the market so I
Yeah.
can send it to my investor that I'm helping out.
Okay.
He's aggressive. He's trying to get 100 units. So
There you go.
He's at 15 right now. So
Okay.
I help manage all his properties.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Well, yeah, I'll send you all of them.
And
Yeah.
I wholesale 2 deals to him. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the one who bought all our wholesale deals.
Yeah.
You guys are the most random investors. You should name this podcast Random Investors.
I know. Or you can't make this shit up.
Yeah. It's like, what's the strategy?
We're trying to cut
know.
it down.
Yeah.
We're-
It's like we had a turtle and then we had a house.
Hey, that tortoise makes us money. Though.
I
It's
bet.
gonna make.
I believe you.
I know.
That's what I'm
once,
saying.
Once the weather gets better, I'm gonna go more door knocking with him. So.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
such an icebreaker.
Oh,
Our
okay.
neighbors love it.
Really? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, who is this turtle? And
Yeah.
you're like,
Too
hey, do you
long,
want to sell
so-
your house?
You gotta walk this thing like down the street, and it takes forever.
You put "We buy houses" on the back of a
I
shell. Just walk it. People are like, what?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's genius. I'm gonna do that.
But yeah, that's my strategy this
Okay.
year is just I'm not going to worry about passive income or long-term wealth. I just want to focus on growing my income, my active
income.
Yeah, because
Okay.
2022, because of the interest rate hikes,
Yeah.
it was tough. 2023 was pretty a stable year. There was people still making money, but I'm hoping 2024 will be better, and I'm hoping Joe Biden at the end of the year, hopefully first quarter of the year, I'm hoping he comes out. He's like, hey guys, we beat inflation.
Yeah.
We're going to start to lower interest rates. Everything's going to go good just so he gets the re-election. I hope that's what happens. So we'll see.
As far as like, did you lose a lot last year?
I lost like on one deal, I lost like $250,000.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
I lost. Yeah.
Is that your biggest loss?
Oh yeah.
Oh
by
my
a
gosh.
lot. I think besides that loss, like I don't think I've ever like lost money. Maybe like $1,000, maybe $3,000. Nothing where it was just like, oh, I definitely lost a bunch of money on a deal. So with that deal, it was the end of 2021. That year I made $1 million. So I was like, okay, I got to buy rental properties. So in December, I bought like 4 properties in Joshua Tree for market value. Yeah. And then 2022, interest rates rose and that bubble just popped. Like the Airbnb bust, I'm sure you guys heard.
Yeah.
So people just start, dumping their Airbnbs. I remember when I was looking in December, there was maybe 17 homes on the market. When I checked again, there was like 75, and then it just kept going up. So I made a bunch of mistakes. I'll share them with you. So number one, I
love
bought
it.
market value. So never buy retail. There's never a reason to buy retail. So I bought retail at the time. I was banking on appreciation because everything was going up so fast. So I'm like, okay, if I buy for $450 and it's worth $550 in 6 months, then I could refinance. I was super lazy with the rehab. I was just super lazy with the rehab, and it was far out from all my other properties in Southern California. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Joshua Tree.
Yeah, he was
I was stationed in 29 Palms.
Okay, so you know it's far, right?
Yeah.
I used to live in Corona.
Okay.
So my crew and everyone was in like the IE/San Gabriel Valley area. So to go to the Inland Empire, to go to Joshua Tree, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I was kind of piecing together crews to do the house, and I just halfway renovated the house, super lazy. I thought because it had a nice view and a pool, it was going to do well, and it didn't. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it as an Airbnb because it's a rental. I hired a new property manager, wasn't keeping her accountable. So the property wasn't performing, and I was just too busy to like focus on it.
Yeah.
So then I eventually had to get rid of her. And then because interest rates rose, I had to put more money down because prices went down. So I bought it for like $425. I don't remember the exact amount. I bought it for $425. I put 10% down, right? So I was in at like $380. I ended up having to pay it down to $305 in order to get a loan, right? A 30-year fixed rate loan, right? So I buy it down to $305. I renovated it. It was sitting. It wasn't selling. In 2023, this year, I ended up selling it for $325.
Wow.
And then on top of selling for $325, I had to pay a 5-point prepayment penalty.
Wow.
Because the loan that I got was like...
Was it DSCR?
It was a DSCR loan. So I got hit with the prepayment penalty. I sold it, like 75 plus like 100, almost 100K below what I bought it for.
Yeah.
I renovated the property. It sat vacant for like 8 months. So I just lost. I furnished it. I completely furnished the property. I think I did some work to the septic tank. I just did all types of crap for that house. And it's weird because I liked the house a lot. It was actually my favorite house out of all the houses just because it sit on kind of like a cliff. So it had a view.
Nice.
It had a pool. It had like vaulted ceilings, but for some reason it just didn't rent on Airbnb.
I was going to say, was it Airbnb?
I'm like, dang, I wish I known you back then because I would have like went in there and like spiced it up and like did all my magic on Airbnb to get it the occupancy, you know?
It's you know what's funny too? So the first person that rented the property out, I furnished it and decorated it according to their like guidance. The next person was like, "Oh, well, you got to get rid of all this stuff and put new stuff." So I like furnished it twice.
Why, you asked them how they wanted it furnished?
Yeah, I was just like, "Hey, it's not renting. I'm losing." I had like a $3,500 payment that I'm literally getting. Yeah, it was just so bad. And it like a bunch of lessons, but like, you know, never pay retail.
Yeah.
Shiny object syndrome. You know, I'm like, you know, I thought, all right, I could do this Airbnb on top of flipping, on top of doing wealthy investor, on top of all this other stuff. And it just yeah. It's funny because when I sold it too, I was just like happy, and it didn't bother me, but it just makes me like, damn, I can't believe I lost $250K.
Yeah.
Like, even me saying it's kind of weird, but yeah.
That's at least
Have you guys
learned.
lost yet?
Well, I mean, we put some money in some investments that are performing right now, so I would say
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still opportunity for those. It's just a long-term thing.
Got it. What type of investments?
Gas and oil. So we invested.
Well, that one's producing. They're drilling on those,
Yeah.
so that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, and then a documentary that's supposed to be released soon.
So you guys invested into a documentary.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get a return or something?
Yeah.
I think that one will do okay.
Yeah.
It's just they're shopping around to like Netflix and the big
Apple and Google.
whatever.
So yeah, because
Got
we're
it.
part of
Streaming
a
platforms.
we're a part of a investment group in Vegas, and so we went in on Crunch Fitness gyms. So that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have those in California.
Yeah. So that's not didn't perform well.
Because COVID, you know, they shut down California. They're a bunch of, you know,
Liberals.
they like to control everything, so they shut everything down. They're shut down for months. They closed a lot of them, and so they're focusing on their Mexico
Gyms
gyms
out
right
there.
now because it's
The
there wasn't
laws.
like a big like chain like 24-hour fitness, and they're gonna be that first big one hopefully.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys regret making that investment or no?
Now I do because that could be income that we could have used for flips to
Yeah.
make active income.
Yeah.
Because those are more long term. Those are more for like people who have hella money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Us,
yeah.
we didn't have hella money. We just
Yeah.
kind of like that was all our savings. Boom, let's throw it into that. That's
Oh.
how risky we
How
are.
much did you guys invest?
It's only 25.
25,000 in
bad.
each though.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
75 grand in those
Yeah.
3 investments.
But-
Got it.
We knew like, oh, you have to invest in something. So, so
Yeah.
we weren't into real estate, so we just started doing this.
Where are you guys from?
The Bay Area, California.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, but we met in Hawaii. He was in the Marine Corps, and I was there for college.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you both lived in Hawaii. In which island?
Oahu.
Wahoo.
Oahu. Got it. Yeah, because you guys give off Hawaiian vibes for sure.
Do I? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a part of. I was there for like 5 years, so I feel like
Yeah.
it's a part of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to Hawaii in
Oh, nice.
March.
Oh, what island?
I think Maui.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Brandon Turner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
I
guys
think-
going to one of his events, or you're just going?
I don't know. I think he's having something where he's like inviting a bunch of investors there and then to do a bunch of podcasts.
Oh, fun.
but
Okay,
I have no idea.
that's cool.
But yeah, it's gonna be my first time going to Hawaii. I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
Like, I hear.
It's amazing. If I would live there, but it's just too expensive.
Is it similar to Cali or no?
Oh no.
No?
Well, as far as like price,
Just the beauty of it.
the beauty, yeah.
oh, it's
but
beautiful. Yeah.
Oahu's. You're not going to like Oahu, so
I don't think I'm going to Maui.
Yeah.
that's Honolulu. You're gonna miss out on that, but that's like all the tourists.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
more crowded on Oahu. So where you're going, Maui, it's like more chill. You know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I've never been, but
I've
would
heard
like to.
stories.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's similar to the other ones. Right?
Yeah.
It can't be that different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm
That's cool.
like interested to see if I'll end up wanting to move there.
Oh, you will. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so laid back and
It's-
chill. Like
Is it?
you
Yeah.
have to get used to it.
Oh,
Like
wow.
driving on the freeway, it's like 45 miles per hour
Really?
on some of them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So then being like here, you're not used to it, and you're like, come on. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I loved California. Did you guys ever live in Cali?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're from there.
Oh,
From the
in
Bay
Joshua
Area.
Tree.
And
Oh,
then-
yeah. Okay.
We're from the Bay
I was in
Area.
Pendleton too for a couple years.
How was that?
It's all right.
Yeah, we didn't
I wouldn't.
go to the beach as much as we should have.
Yeah.
Is it cold? The beach is the
No.
beach nice there or no?
Oh, you
San
never
Diego?
been? Like,
I'm in SoCal, not in like the Bay Area.
oh, so
Oh.
no, I never used to go in the Bay. It's like dirty, brown,
Oh,
Yeah.
cold
okay.
all the time.
Yeah.
So, but SoCal, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. See how that goes this year.
That's cool.
The beaches out there are nice. Warm water in Hawaii.
Is it?
So yeah, blue water.
You should try and swim with sharks when you're there.
No.
Yeah, no, do it. It's so fun.
No. I'm all right.
She's
That's
always
dangerous.
telling me to do that. I don't.
Do you guys know Alex Camacho?
Sounds familiar.
He's in Hawaii. He's like another student wealthy investor, but
Okay.
he used to live in LA and then moved to Maui for Brandon, and he's
wow.
like always going deep sea scuba diving
nice.
and like
That's
swimming with the turtles
Yeah.
and all
Oh my
this
gosh.
stuff.
That's the dream.
Yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
I'm not doing that.
yeah. We'll see, but we'll see what happens.
What's what's your I know you said you have goals. It's pretty much just doing active flips, but do you have like a goal like of how many flips you want to flip next year, or
Well,
and how do you achieve it?
yeah. So I think in order to make $1 million flipping houses, simple math. So if you do 25 deals and you average about $40,000, you'll make $1 million. So that's about 2 a month. So
Okay.
that's not, I don't think that's super hard to do,
Yeah.
right? Just looking for 2 deals a month, 40K profit. And then some of those hopefully make more,
Yeah.
right? That's just like the minimum that you set. So I'm hoping to do about 25 deals, net 40K each, and then make $1 million. That's my
Nice.
Are you just sticking to Vegas and Cali?
Yeah,
or?
Vegas and SoCal. Yeah. So, yeah, mostly Vegas.
And how do you find your deals?
Wholesalers, MLS, agent relationships, social media, referrals. I haven't had to do any direct to seller marketing. I might do some pay per lead or something like that.
Yeah.
But mostly like social media, free meetups, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it work? Because I know you work for Ryan.
Yeah.
But then you also have like is this your side business for the flips that you have, or?
So the way that I describe myself is I am a full-time real estate investor. So that's like my main career. I've made all my money through real estate investing. I haven't, like, what I made from Wealthy Investor is not close to what I've made as an investor. So right now I am part owner of Wealthy Investor.
Okay.
So I'm like the last few years I've been the managing partner. So I'm like overseeing the day to day.
Yeah.
And still doing my flipping business. So yeah, that's how I would say it. Yeah.
Okay. And do you feel like what you learned from Wealthy Investor as a coach, like, do you see, or like, what's your vision for the whole program?
For Wealthy Investor?
Yeah.
So we want Wealthy Investor to be like the biggest education company in the United States for real estate investors. As far as flipping education, we might already like be there. I don't know any other like big flipping companies. I don't know if you guys know any.
Not that.
No.
There's a few like
ones?
gurus, like, flipping.
Well, companies.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, gurus, I'm just talking about for flipping. There's like
for
wholesalers,
exactly
there's
flipping.
creative finance,
Yeah.
there's all these other ones.
Yeah. I don't know one for flipping.
Yeah, so we might be there, but we want to really double down, because what happens is, like, in 2020 and 2021, when flippers start to make money, that's when you're going to see a huge flood of gurus and people wanting to get into flipping houses, right? Right now it's been hard.
Yeah.
So it's not super attractive. But once interest rates drop and then everyone starts making a bunch of money again flipping houses, you're going to see everyone start to flood it. And then we are the biggest. So we should just, take up more market size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many students do you guys have now?
Active students that are currently enrolled is more than 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And what is the retention rate for every year?
So our partner program now is lifetime. Our rookie is lifetime, and then All Star is the only one that's a year. Yeah, because like the hard cost of like the wealth cons and all the coaches and all that stuff. So yeah, and we All Star we have like 225.
I know how you feel about education, like for kids and stuff. So if your kids didn't want to go to school,
What do you mean? How do I feel about education with kids? What do you mean?
Well, I know, like, you dropped out, right?
Yeah.
And I remember hearing you say, like, like, you don't think school's that important. I always felt that way.
I know.
And
yeah,
like,
I know.
it's getting worse now. Because, like, sometimes things come up and we're like, oh, F it, I'm just going to pull the kids out.
How old are your kids?
13 and 15.
For education, I mean, I've never been, like you said, I dropped out of high school. Even in kindergarten, I was kind of like, this is pointless. But with my kids, so my oldest son, he's fine with school. My middle son, he seems like he's going to be more engineer, like structure type. He's not like me. He's very organized, very like structure. He builds houses on Minecraft already. I don't know if you guys have played Minecraft, but
Our kids, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. He builds, and he's 6.
Wow.
And he builds like whole houses in there already.
Oh, nice.
My daughter, she's 5. She's wild, so I don't know what she's gonna do. And then her newborn, I don't know. But if my kids didn't want to go to school, I would probably say they gotta like work. They're not gonna just stay at home and just play video games. But yeah, how do you guys feel about school?
We don't have a savings for them to go to college.
I told them I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
They're going to earn their own way.
Yeah. Well, mainly because he's a veteran too, so we actually get free.
I forgot about it. I always forget about that, but still.
Yeah.
They get free school.
Okay, that's good.
Free college, so we're grateful for that.
They don't know
Yeah.
that, though.
Yeah. So you guys don't care if they go to college?
No.
If they have a profession that really needs to be like an engineer or whatever, doctor,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
exactly. Yeah.
don't waste your time. Don't waste money.
More money.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say our money.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
So
My sister went to school because she wanted to be a lawyer, and she racked up $100,000 in debt, and then ended up. She got like a degree, but then didn't go for like the rest of it, and ended up working at a bank, and then she makes like not even $100K a year, and she racked up all that debt.
Yeah.
she's not inspired by you.
No, you
Have her
believe it
get
or
into
not.
real
No,
estate.
no, I've tried. I've
Yeah.
tried. I've tried so
Yeah.
hard with my siblings, and they just like have no interest in it. So, yeah. But that's why with college, like you said, if they're for sure committed, then yeah. If I'm gonna pay $100K for them to go to college for communication, no, absolutely not. They can pay. I honestly would even tell them not to get in debt to do it because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's risky. Yeah, I think about too when I actually, even though I dropped out of high school, I went to CSN for a little bit because at the time you didn't need a college or a high school diploma to go to CSN. And I was going to college. I was just paying cash for classes. I went to college for sociology, and it was like good. It was good to like see everything. But I remember there was like Army recruiters there. I enrolled in the Army. I was just like, it's just like when you're young, you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I ended up in the Marines.
Yeah. What's your story? How'd you end up in the Marines?
I don't know. I was watching war movies at the time, and I was like, I want to do that.
Black Hawk Down. You're like, this is good.
Yeah, I was watching Saving Private Ryan. They're running on the beach.
Yeah.
I don't know why that inspired me because you think that like you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have to do that specifically, but
What'd you do in the Marines?
machine gunner.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's your whole job, machine guns? Holy moly.
You walk around with them and you shoot them.
And it's
Dang.
he deployed twice, right?
For combat, yeah.
Iraq and Afghanistan.
Wow.
And on his birthday, his truck got bombed. Yeah. It's
Because she
crazy.
made me mad.
Whatever.
I remember I was mad
Okay.
at you that time.
Yeah. How old were you when you joined?
18, like almost 19.
Oh, okay. And how long were you in?
8 years.
Wow.
I wanted to stay in, but the kids, they didn't. I could see the relationship not as good as I wanted it. So.
Oh.
Yeah, because he would deploy, come back, and then our kids were so young. They were like, who the hell is this guy?
And you're always
Yeah.
training.
Oh, that
like
sucks.
when you're
Yeah.
home, you go out for a couple days, you go out for a couple weeks at a time.
So your job was just machine guns?
Well, I mean, you like when you're on the lower end, that's all you do. But as you kind of go up, you're like a squad leader, team leader, squad leader.
Yeah.
So you're doing more than just machine guns. Like
That's intense.
after the first deployment, usually you don't deal with it as much.
Have you been to like actual like war?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How was that?
Good and bad, you know. That's,
Yeah.
Like I said, the reason why I joined, I just wanted to fuck some shit up. So I thought that was a perfect opportunity to like not be in trouble for it.
What like do you have any stories? Like what?
I don't really talk about this.
But he has.
Yeah?
She always tells me like, you need to open up, and I was like, I don't want to.
I don't know about like stories of you shooting, but like the blow up thing or anything like that.
And we lost friends.
Like
and stuff.
firefights are the most adrenaline best thing in the world you can ever experience.
Really? Holy moly.
You're just in the zone and you're not even thinking, you're just reverting back to training, and
Yeah.
it's just I asked my my counselor, my therapist.
He
She
has
was
PTSD.
They're
so.
like, oh yeah, you're never gonna experience that again. I was like, well, thanks.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Do you have
PTSD. Yeah, he doesn't like to talk
PTSD?
about it, but I think he should share his story because he went through some shit,
Yeah.
And like, if he could at least inspire other people.
Is the PTSD like bad? Like, what does that mean?
It was worse. Like, I remember like the first July 4th after getting out, we're doing fireworks at our cousin's house, and like someone shot like a red, I don't know, big one, an illegal type, into the air. I didn't know. And when I heard it and saw it, it like reminded me of like an RPG. Next thing I knew, I was like behind a car, crouching behind, like just looking like around.
Yeah.
And my kid came up, like he was like small, and he was crying, so he wanted to go back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Okay, that's not bad.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
just seeing stuff, smelling stuff, it like
He'll
kind
get
of makes
little
you
triggers.
think back to like
Yeah.
things that happen.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
have big. Our service Frenchie. The cream one that we bring every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's his service dog. Yeah.
So will you like hold it? Is it legit, like a legit service dog?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
him
training.
trained. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine doing any of that stuff. Do you have like dreams about it?
I don't really have dreams, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't remember my dreams any day, really.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's Susie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She was in the military. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's gone through some crap too, and
Yeah.
she shares. You should get her on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But she shares some stuff where you're like, woo, I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
It's crazy because he told me, or I remember there was like a month where I didn't talk to him because back then it was like the technology wasn't as great.
We had one satellite phone for the whole platoon,
Yeah.
and we all had to share it. Sometimes it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to hear him for a whole month. And then when I talked to him, he was like, I didn't shower for like 3 weeks because we're
Oh,
up.
in 3 weeks. It was like
Oh shit.
almost like 10 weeks.
It was longer.
Wow.
Ugh. That's crazy.
Why?
Mess. We were just out on a mission.
Dang,
and we
that's
didn't have access
crazy.
to showers, or we're just
10
out in the
weeks,
mountains
bro?
in Afghanistan.
Wow.
Would you just rinse off or no? No.
They don't have showers out
I
there.
got baby wipes, but you run out of those. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that. 10 weeks. That's
it was close
crazy.
to that.
Do you have any like, again, not stories of like shooting, but like anything where like moments that stick out to you when you were on your missions?
I don't know. Like finding a guy's head. Like he was like a informant for us, and then like we're on patrol. One day we'd like just see this thing wrapped up in a handkerchief, the scarves they wear,
Uh-huh.
and it was the guy's head.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like, oh, we walked like 10 miles.
Oh yeah, we walked in the summertime. It was pretty hot in Iraq the summertime, so that sucked.
Did you have any good moments while you're on your
Tell
mission?
about
Like,
the kids, or you know how you.
Oh,
I would send you stuff, right?
I didn't like the kids after a while though.
why? Thought they were snitching?
I don't know. I kind of like got into this thing like I didn't like anybody over there just because
Yeah, it was mindset.
after a while it just kind of built up and
Yeah.
you don't trust anybody and
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, because you don't trust the kids.
because I would like ask her to like send me pens and stuff because anything you give them, a water bottle, it's like they just won the lottery.
Yeah.
So I would try to give stuff out to them, but I think after a while I don't want to give them anything.
Oh, wow.
So
No good moments.
we had a dog. I don't know.
Okay. There you go.
yeah,
We
you guys.
accidentally ran it over though.
Oh my god.
We were leaving. So no,
It shouldn't be funny,
Yeah.
but the way he said it.
no good stories, I guess.
Oh boy.
You didn't tell me that. I didn't know
It
that.
was an accident.
Damn. Yeah. All right. Well,
Can't make this shit up. Oh man.
Yeah, that's wild. And then you
Yeah.
got out, and then you were just like, all right, I'm done.
I
with
was
this.
lost.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
was
know what to do.
lost. And then I pushed him to go to nursing school because, yeah, so he became a nurse. And then, yeah, he quit just in July.
After WealthCon?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I shouldn't have, but
In July.
I don't care.
So yeah, so he's like, I'm so used to him being the sugar daddy, you know. So now I'm like, holy shit, what are we gonna do now? So I cuss a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And so now he's starting to do more real estate stuff. So I'm like pushing him more to, you know, stay focused on that. And I'm always like, what you up to, you know? Yeah.
I get my license as well.
Yeah.
I think
Your real estate license? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
just so I can list houses and whatever and
Got it.
for our own projects.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, because I manage 15 properties, and so a lot of them are midterm rentals. So a lot of people are moving here, and they're always looking for houses. So I want to be able to close that and have him be the realtor.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a
like
good way to get
one-stop shop.
referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How does your guys' business work? Like, what do you focus on, and then what do you focus on? What does Nick focus on?
For Vegas Home Adventure, that's our real estate.
Yeah.
I'm the one that tries to find deals.
Okay.
You know, so it's either through door knocking, MLS. You know, that's what I like. And then
We probably need a better system.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because we're
Right.
all over the
I'm
place.
trying to mess with like smarter contact and set that up.
Okay.
And it just seems like it's been down a lot every
Yeah,
time
yeah,
I
yeah.
try
Well, the
to.
texting is down right now. Yeah. Yeah.
So just working on that and getting my license.
Okay.
So-
And then what does Nick do?
He's actively looking for deals as well.
Okay, so
yeah,
like 2 acquisitions, and then you kind of help with operations.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah. So we're trying to figure out a way because we also have his parents a part of the business as well, and then
What
his,
do they do?
his brother. I would say they're more silent partners right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
just
funds?
equity. Yeah,
Okay. Got
yeah.
it. Okay. That's good.
how are you funding all your deals? Are you doing
Mostly myself, and then I'm partnering with you guys, but most of them I've done it by myself.
Are you still doing hard money?
Hard money, yep. Hard money, and then my own. That's why I need to sell those rentals so I could free up more capital so I can do more deals. Yeah, so usually I'll just fund the down payment, pay for the rehab, get the rehab back, and then that's it.
So what do you see for yourself in the future? You're part owner, wealthy investor. You're flipping houses.
Yeah.
What's next?
So this year for me is going to be a year of discipline. So I am going to stick to flipping houses. I'm not worried about, like I said, buying any more rentals or doing anything else because I've done that so many times where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do Airbnbs. Okay, well now I want to buy a bunch of rentals or wealthy investor or whatever. Just like all these random things that come up that I just kind of like fall into for a while. So for me, I just want to get back to buying a bunch of rentals or a bunch of flips, because if I learn how to buy flips, if I get those relationships, if I start doing the business, I'll make a lot of money. And then when I do come across good deals, then I can keep them. But I'm not going to force it. I'm only going to wait until I get those deals where you're like, oh, this is just like a great rental property. I'm going to keep those, and then that's it. I'm not focused on anything else right now. What about you guys?
That's what I said. I want to find our deals, but if there's anything really good, we'll try to keep that. But anything else, I don't want to consider. I just want to either wholesale, flip.
Yeah. I'm almost starting from scratch here again, right? So that's why I need to do even the deal we're doing. I'm not going to make 40 grand on it,
Yeah.
but I'm going to build the relationship with you guys, build the relationship with the wholesaler, build the relationship with the contractor, and slowly those relationships pay off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so that's what I've learned too with real estate. It's like
It's a long term.
it's a long-term thing, and then when you get a call a year, 2 years from someone that you worked with, and then there's an opportunity, and then that's where like big deals come from. And I think I was the same way where I thought everything was a short sprint. Like, all right, like I got to do this one deal, and then that's it. And then I just didn't realize that real estate is a long-term play, and the relationships you get like are fruitful over a decade, not like a couple months. Yeah.
Just from your perspective, we're going to buy this flip.
Yeah.
Should we focus on till this is done, until we start looking for a next one? Like,
No. I think you should always be looking for deals. Always, always, always. Yeah. Because that's where I remember like the 4 hours of working.
yeah,
If you just look for deals, you will be successful. For sure.
Yeah.
If you get good at finding deals, you're gonna make a bunch of money and everyone's gonna love you, and you're gonna quickly realize everyone's being sweet to you because you're bringing in deals. The people who want to buy deals like you, the escrow officers like you, the construction workers like you, you know, other people start liking you because you're doing deals. So if you just focus on looking for deals and then selling them to other people or partnering with other people or doing them yourself, you're going to be fine. Yeah. But that's the hard part.
are you flipping everything from like single family, condo,
Yep.
manufactured?
It would have to make sense. There would have to be like clear comps, and I would have to understand how the financing works on those. Because I have done like a manufactured home where like when I bought it, I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. Like this is like the best deal ever. But then like I like learned about the HOAs, and the HOA had like restrictions on who can buy it. And it was just like a whole bunch of nonsense. But I just didn't understand like the financing options for that for the manufactured home before I bought it.
Is that stuff you have to worry about with or condos, like the HOA?
No,
When you're
I mean, you still want to know because there's some condos that don't accept FHA, for example. That makes a difference on how quickly it's going to sell. But manufactured homes, you just have to be a little bit more careful because like there is technically like the one that I did was like a mobile home. It was literally like you could move it.
yeah,
So it wasn't even like it wasn't real property. It had like
like one of the ones at the lots. Yeah,
yeah.
and they put it on the back of a truck.
Exactly, and they can move it, and the HOA can restrict who buys in that community, so it's not like a single family house where you have more control. Yeah,
What was the most you made on a flip?
like 175,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got that one straight from social media.
Damn.
Someone like hit me up. They're like, "Hey, I watch your stuff. I really like you. I got this deal." They lived in Northern California.
Okay.
And they're like, I got this deal in SoCal. I looked at it. He offered it at a really low price, and I just think he just didn't know the area. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then, I bought it. I cleaned it up. I probably spent like 15 grand just to clean it up and resold it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You
It's
get on social media.
yeah. If you start posting, you just have to take them serious because
Yeah.
that's another thing I didn't do in the beginning. Like people would message me, I'm like, this person doesn't even have a photo. They're nothing special. But then those people that are not super popular are the ones that are gonna like get deals because
Yeah.
they're not like Ryan Pineda is never gonna just sell you guys a deal that you make 175K on. Like maybe HRO will, but you got to know the person that works there that's not super popular. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Who'd you get the deal from?
I don't even know their name. Yeah, I swear I don't even know their name. But they literally just hit me up.
Oh my gosh. That's
I know.
funny.
They literally just hit me up, and I was just like, sure, let's do it. And then, bought it. And that's what I'm always telling you guys on the calls. Like when you build these wholesale lists, you don't want like the New Westerns, the net worths, all these other big wholesale companies. You want the like person that's trying to do their first wholesale deal. That's who you want to work with because they're not going to be super greedy.
Yeah.
They don't know the numbers. They're more willing to negotiate with you. So I think he made like not even that much, to be honest.
That's how we are too. You know, we're willing to take on stuff just because we're getting started. We want to
Learn. Yeah. That's what it takes.
That's the most important thing right now is just learning the process, learning everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you learn it, you're like, all right, like this is easy. So I actually had two wholesalers that I mentored for like a year. And I told them, I was like, bring me all your deals and we'll partner on them. And then we did that for a year. And then after a year, it was like almost January 1st, it's probably like mid-December. They're like, hey, like we did this year. We ended up making like 500 grand. next year we
Wow.
want to do it on ourselves. I was like, great. Like, I understand. And then next year they made like $1.4 million.
Yeah.
And it was just because they learned. They
Yeah.
just went through the process. And then after a while, it's not rocket science what we're doing. We're going to like eventually get it and be like, oh, like we just raise capital and
Yeah.
we use this contract. And then we use the same escrow officer, the same construction crew. And you get into a rhythm and then just, close deals.
You just recently became a Christian. Do
Yeah.
you feel like your life has changed? Like, tell us about that.
Yeah. So, Ryan was always telling me about, becoming a Christian. Not super aggressively either. He would just like say, hey, like, I have a goal that you start coming to Bible study. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to go. So, but okay. And, so I was, struggling with like unfulfillment, anxiety. My wife and I were having some issues with just like arguing and stuff like that. And it got really bad like super bad, but it got bad where I was just like, I think we're going to like potentially get a divorce and whatever. And then, so I brought the issue to Ryan, and I've never, like, me and Ryan have always been like kind of like not talk very like personal about stuff. Like I've never just like say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. It was never that type of relationship, but I was like, this is what's going on. He was like, dude, you got to come to church. If you come to church, it'll fix everything. So I was like, okay. Went to church the first time. And right after that, some stuff in my personal life changed. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Like these things changed. And then I kept going to church. And then what ended up happening was they were doing baptisms. And I was like, okay, if God wants me to get baptized, like I'll let him tell me. I'm not going to get forced into it by the pastor or Ryan or anyone. And then I felt like the Spirit told me to do it. So I got baptized and I felt like I saw signs. I felt like I saw like a light in my eye when I was like closing my eyes. I felt like different things. I felt the Spirit.
I love that.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to like really take this serious. So I started reading the Bible, listening to worship music, like
Awesome.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And like it has definitely made me feel way more fulfilled.
Good.
So
Yeah.
like before, I never felt fulfillment. It was always like a high of like money or whatever, or partying or whatever the case may be, and then lows. Now I'm like way more fulfilled, way more grateful for life. And I feel like God gives you like clear answers, like especially when you're like listening, praying, and asking. So I feel like now that God has been giving me just like, I feel like I'm getting clear messages on like what to do and what actions to take. And it's making life a lot easier. I thought it was going to be harder, but yeah, it just seems a lot easier. Yeah. What about you guys? What's your faith journey?
We're Christians. I had to.
She had to force me to like just go to church with her. I was like, man, I
This
don't.
guy is so funny.
I don't.
It's like she had to force me. That's it.
I was like,
That's
I
my
don't want
journey.
to go there.
Yeah.
The first time I go there, the pastor, he's talking about tithing, and I was like, no, man, I'm not giving you my money.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
got
yeah.
here. And it took like, I don't know, months, right? For me just to like, just listening and
Yeah.
absorbing and getting into it.
Where do you guys go?
We took a break for a couple years from a church
Okay.
or a few churches, and then we started church hopping, and then we went to City Light a few times. And
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna start going there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's why I think like why I love this community so much is the Wealthy Investor. Just
Yeah.
everything that what you guys are doing is because we strayed away from church,
Really?
And ever since we started going back into or investing in Wealthy Investor, we noticed like, oh, we should start going back to church. We need to get planted again. We need to like.
I was starting to get
You
the
know?
idea of going right before that last July WealthCon,
Yeah.
but then we had the puppies, so we had to wait for that
Yeah.
first couple, like 2 months
Yeah.
of them being alive, and then we started going after.
Oh, okay. So do you guys go to City Light?
Not consistently. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna start consistently going because
Okay.
we need to find a home church because we strayed away. So.
What service do you guys go to?
Oh gosh, it varies.
Usually the late one.
Yeah.
Okay, come to 10:15. That's when we all go.
Yeah. We went to that once.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock. Yeah.
I think so once.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
with tithing, was it tithing?
Uh,
Jabin has a great analogy.
Hmm.
So he says he went to Chick-fil-A, right? You know Pastor Jabin?
uh-huh.
Yeah. So he said he went to Chick-fil-A, right? And supposedly he was eating a salad. And he was there with his daughter. And he asked his daughter, he's like, hey, baby, can I have one of your fries? And he said that she didn't say anything. She just like put her hand over it. And was just like, didn't want to share.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's funny that I brought her to Chick-fil-A in my car. I paid for the Chick-fil-A with my money. I have bought her food for her whole life. I've clothed her. I would do anything in the world for this girl and have done everything to keep her alive. And I asked for a French fry, but she doesn't want to give me any of it, right? And then, you know, it relates it back to like God created potatoes.
Yeah.
God has done everything for us. And we're still like, no, I don't want to, I want to hold on to this. And for me, it really hit home because like I have kids and I'll ask my daughter like, oh, can I see your iPad? No.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, don't touch this. And I'm like, this is mine. Just so you guys know, all of this is, all this stuff is actually mine. I'm just letting you use it. So don't not share with me. So yeah, when he said that analogy, it really like made sense. But yeah, without going to City Light, I don't know. I don't know where I would be. And I definitely think like the community aspect of it, like seeing everyone there makes it easier. Jabin makes it easier. So one part is going to church. The second part now, well, there's multiple parts. For me, it's like going to church. I do it every Sunday, and it's not hard. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. Going to church, participate, sing, like actually be involved. Another part is listening to worship music. So like he always says like Cardi B, Can't Fill Your Cup. You know?
No WAP.
Yeah, no WAP. You gotta put some worship in there. And then reading the Bible. I've started reading the Bible every day. Well, hopefully I can keep going. But I just use the Bible app. So before I go to bed, when I'm scrolling, I'll just start reading. When I wake up in the morning, when I check my phone to see what's going on, I start reading. Fasting. I don't know if you guys have fasted, but
we've fasted before.
yeah. So I did that recently, like a more extended fast. And then, yeah, I guess, and then like you said, surrounding yourself with people that are doing it. So in the office, we have like a little group where we're keeping each other accountable to read the Bible every day. So we post about it, like hearing, you know, messages or spirits or things that people are getting. It just makes it way easier than just like trying to do it yourself and thinking about it at home and not having anyone to like speak to about it. Definitely makes a difference.
I'm proud of you though.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's
hopefully,
awesome.
hopefully, you know, we'll see what happens from it. I never expected it. I'm still learning. I'm still like making mistakes and all that stuff, but I'm interested to see like I said, like the closer I get, if how much more clear will the messages get. I also do not have anxiety at all anymore, which is wild because I had anxiety forever.
Yeah.
So one hard prayer from Ryan and everyone, it went away. Wow. So
that's deep.
We'll see. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, thank you so much for being on our show. We're super excited for our next year that we're going to sell this flip and learn the process and do 100%. More flips.
Yeah, we're going to freaking crush it. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to see what you guys can accomplish with 1 year of like focused, like consistent effort, what the end of the year looks like.
Nice. Yeah, that's our goal.
Me too. $1 million.
$1 million, yeah.
That's all I want.
Let's do it. It's possible.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on the Dream Big, Sweet Living podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time.
There you go.
Peace.